So we start with Act 1, Scene 3, line 240. So this is where we stopped yesterday. So the Duke has ordered Othello. The Duke has appointed, he has posted Othello to be in charge of the command of the operations in Cyprus to launch or to defend the Turkish attack of Cyprus. So what about, so he's about to leave. Othello is about to leave for Cyprus. What about Desdemona? What will she do? So the Duke makes a suggestion that let her be at her father's, with her father. But what is the response? All the three of them, Brabantio, Othello, and Desdemona, they say no. Look at line number 240. What does Desdemona say? She says, nor I would not there reside. I would not live there. I don't want to be there. I don't want to live there. To put my father in impatient thoughts, I don't want to trouble him. Because if I stay with her, if I stay with my father, after all these problems, well, it will not be nice. I will be there as if, like a thorn in the flesh for my father by being in his eye. So, my most gracious Duke, to my unfolding, lend your prosperous ear. Lend your prosperous ear to my unfolding. To my unfolding, to what I have got to tell you. Lend your prosperous, please listen to what I have got to, please listen to me. This is what she says. Let me find a chart in your voice to assist my simpleness. I need your help in this situation. Duke, yes, please, Desdemona. Go ahead. What would you, Desdemona? Right. Desdemona says, what? That I did love the Moor, to live with him. I loved him. I loved Othello. I loved the Moor. I married him not to live apart, but to stay with him. My downright violence and the storm of fortunes may trumpet to the world. All these things, the things that happened in the immediate past, will tell the world what? That my heart is subdued. I have surrendered myself. I have surrendered my everything to Othello, to the Moor, even to the very quality of my Lord. I have surrendered myself to his quality as a man, as a soldier. I saw Othello's visage in his mind. My Lord, my husband, the picture of my husband that I had in my mind Well, it had the face of Othello. So I married him, and to his honor and his valiant parts did I my soul and fortunes consecrate. I surrendered. I have dedicated, consecrate, dedicate. I have dedicated my everything, my soul and mind and body, everything to him. So that, dear Lords, if I am left behind, if I am not able to travel with him, if I am not going to join him, like a moth of peace, like a moth, like the moth of a butterfly, the worm-like stage of a butterfly moth. It just sits silently without moving. A moth of peace. I remain silently here like a moth, and he goes to war. Well, what about the rights? What about the things? What about the activities? What about the enjoyment? What about the actions? What about the things that people usually do immediately after the marriage? Our life, our marital pleasures, our marital activities, the rights for which I love him are bereft me. I will be denied. I will be denied the marital pleasures. So I, a heavy interim shall support, the period, the interval, the heavy interval. It is going to be very, very heavy, sorrowful by his dear absence. So I will miss him. I'll be very sad. So this is her request. What? Let me go with him. This is her request. Let me go with him. I want to accompany Othello to Cyprus. I will go with him. Othello says, what? Well, let her have your voices. Please listen to what she says, and vouch with me, heaven. I therefore beg it not. I therefore beg it not to please the palate of my appetite. It is not to satisfy. Let her come with me. I request this not to satisfy my bodily pleasures, my bodily emotions, not because of, not for love making. Such things are dead in me. I'm a soldier. I'm not like a young man or a boy, with full of, lustful thoughts, carnal instincts, with sexual needs. No, such things are dead in me, defunct. No, I don't have within me such thoughts and proper satisfaction, no, but to be free and bounteous to her mind. Well, and heaven defend your good souls. And you think I will your serious and great business can't if she is with me? Do you think that if she is going to be with me, I will ignore? I will not be responsible. I will not be as responsible as I should be? No. When light-winged boys of feathered Cupid's seal with wanton dullness, my speculative and office the instruments that my despots corrupt and my taint my business. If my marital pleasures, if my marital life is going to affect my business, no, I will not let it do. Let housewives make a skillet of my helm, and all indign. Let everybody insult me. Please take away my position. My position, my job, my position as the commander. You can insult me. You can defame me. And let housewives make a skillet of my helm. And all indign and base adversaries make a head against my estimation. You can join together to spoil my estimation, my fame, my popularity. You can defame me. So, please, let my wife Desdemona live with me in Cyprus. We'll go together. We'll live there. Well, my marital life, our living together, husband and wife, will not affect my duties as the general of the army. Duke says, what? Be it as you shall privately determine. Well, let it be like that. Whatever you decide, whatever you determine will be granted. Either for her stay, either she can stay here or going, or she can go. The affair cries haste, but whatever it is, it should be done immediately. It has to be done very fast, and speed must answer it. It should be done quickly. The decision must be taken quickly, and it will be implemented. First senator says, you must away tonight. You must go to Cyprus tonight. Othello says, with all my heart. At 9 in the morning, here we'll meet again. The Duke says, the Senate will be in session at 9 o'clock tomorrow. And Othello, leave some officer behind. You can leave one of your officers behind, so that after you have left, because you are going to leave immediately, after you have left, well, that officer will take Desdemona to Cyprus in another ship. Duke says, Othello, leave some officer behind, and he shall our commission bring to you. The appointment order, the posting order, he will bring with such things also of quality and respect as that import you. Othello, please your grace, my ancient, I am going to depute my ancient. Who is his ancient? We know. It is Iago. My ancient. Well, look at what he says. A man, he is of honest and trust. Very trustworthy, very honest. See, Othello has his full trust in Iago. He believes in his heart of hearts that Iago is honest. So he entrusts the task of bringing Desdemona to Cyprus with Iago, my ancient, a man. He is of honest and trust. To his conveyance, I assign my wife. I entrust him with the task of bringing my wife to Cyprus. With what else needful, your good grace shall think to be sent after me. Now, whatever you have to send to Cyprus, well, you can do it afterwards. I am leaving. Duke of Venice, let it be so. Good night to everybody. To Brugantio, sir, noble signor, if virtue, if goodness, no delighted beauty lack. If goodness contains, if goodness is contained in qualities, if you believe that goodness is to be found in qualities, not in body, not in physique, not in the body of a person, but in his qualities, well, your son-in-law, Othello, the Moor, is far more fair than black. He is more beautiful than black. He is really an asset because he is a great man. He is a man of quality. He is the embodiment of virtue. First senator, yes, adieu means goodbye. Goodbye, brave Moor. Use Desdemona well. This is a piece of advice that he gives. Use her well. Look after her well. Take care of your wife well. Look at the parting advice. The parting advice that Brabantio, Desdemona's father, is going to give Othello. Look at the last words. Look to her more. Take care of her. Take care of your wife more. If you have eyes to see. If you have eyes to see. Well, you just remember this. What? Your wife has deceived her father. And may thee. She has deceived your father. She has deceived her father. She may deceive you as well. Well, look at this. Look at this prophecy. It is full of, these words are full of dramatic irony. And towards the end of the play, we are going to see that there comes a moment when the Moor, when Othello remembers these words. She has deceived her father, and may thee. She may deceive you as well. Don't forget, this is the parting advice that Brabantio gives Othello. Exeunt. Everybody exits. Everybody goes away. Who all are they? Duke of Venice, Brabantio, senators, officers, they go out. Who is left behind? Look, Othello is here. Othello, my life upon her faith. Honest Iago. Look at the way he addresses Iago. Honest Iago, my life upon her faith. My life depends upon her faith. Because what are the last words that Brabantio said? She has deceived her father, and may thee. She may deceive thee. I prithee, my Desdemona, must I leave to thee? I am going to leave my Desdemona in your care. I prithee means I pray thee, I request you, let my wife, let your wife, Emilia, let thy wife attend on her. Please ask your wife, Iago's wife. He is asking Iago to tell his wife, Emilia, to attend it on her and bring them after the best advantage. Whenever it is at the best opportunity, bring them. Come, Desdemona. I have a little time. I have around 1 hour before I go. I have but 1 hour of love because their marriage is just over. I have a little time. Let us be together for some time of worldly matters and direction to spend with thee. Well, we must obey the time. We must be very, very careful about the time because we have no time to waste. I have a little time, less than an hour before I leave for Cyprus. Let us enjoy ourselves. Let us go inside. So Othello and Desdemona, they go in. Who is left? Only two persons. Who are they? Rodrigo and Iago. Look, because we know the situation now. We know the position of Rodrigo and Iago. Well, Iago is trying to exploit him, trying to rob him of his money. He is very rich. Rodrigo is very rich. He is ready to spend anything for getting the hands of Desdemona in marriage because he wants to marry her. He is ready to. He has already given. He has entrusted the strings of his purse, with Iago. Who is controlling his purse? It is Iago. So he is exploiting him. He is robbing him of his money. So he needs the assistance. He needs the company of Rodrigo. And Rodrigo, he is a foolish man, a stupid man, gullible fellow, very, very credulous. He believes everything. Whatever Iago says, he just believes. He's such a stupid fellow. Rodrigo, Iago, what sayest thou, noble heart? What will I do? because Desdemona is going to leave for Othello, and I am here. Well, finished. This is the end of my love. What shall I do? Iago, why? Go to bed and sleep. Rodrigo, I will incontinently drown myself. Immediately, straight away, incontinently. I am going to drown myself. I'm going to kill myself. How? I'm going to commit suicide. How? By drowning. Well, if thou dost, if you do that, I shall never love thee afterwards. I'll never love you. Why? You silly gentleman, you stupid fellow. Why do you think like that? Rodrigo, it is silliness. It is silliness to live. When to live is torment. When living is troublesome, well, it is silliness. It is silliness to live. It is foolish to live. And then when have we a prescription to die? When death is our physician. When death is our doctor. Well, we have a prescription. So this is the best time for me to die, to commit suicide. Iago, oh villainous thoughts. I have looked upon the world for 4 times 7 years. 4 times 7 years. 4 multiplied by 7. 4 times 7. 7 multiplied by 4 is 28. I am 28 years old. I have lived in this world for 28 years. And since I could distinguish betwixt, I could distinguish between a benefit and an injury, some good and bad. I can differentiate between good and bad. I never found a man that knew how to love himself. Or I would say, I would drown myself. Because, you are in love with a woman and you are thinking of drowning yourself. Now, this is very bad. This is, just for the love of a guinea hen. A guinea hen, a faithless, unfaithful wife. Just for the love of an unfaithful, a deceitful girl, you kill yourself? Don't do that. I would change my humanity with a baboon. I would rather be a baboon. I would rather be a monkey, than killing myself for the love of a guinea hen, an unfaithful girl. Rodrigo, what should I do? Tell me. I confess, I tell you that it is my shame to be so foolish, to be so fond. But it is not in my virtue to amend it. I can't change it. I know it's foolish. Then look at Iago. Look at what Iago says. His famous lecture. Iago's famous lecture on virtue. What is goodness? Because Rodrigo says it is not in my virtue to amend it. I can't change it. In my virtue, my goodness, I can't change that habit. Then you are talking about virtue? He gives a long lecture about virtue. What is virtue? What is goodness? Well, it is stupid. It is stupidity. It's a fig. It is in ourselves that we are thus or thus. It is we who decide what we should be like. We should be like this or that. Who decides? It is within ourselves. Our bodies, our physical body, the body of human beings are like the garden. And who is the gardener? And our wills. Our willpower is the gardener. So that if we plant, no, the harvest depends on the type of seed, the type of seedling that we plant. If we plant a good seedling, a good plant, a good seed, we'll get a better result. If it is bad, we'll get a bad result. Look at this is what he says. So that if we plant, he talks about different types of plants. nettles, for example, or lettuce, or hyssop, or weed. What we sow, we reap. We reap what we sow. The famous biblical saying. Supply it with the gender herbs or manured. You give manure with industry. Why? The power and the corrigible authority of this lies in our wills. It all depends upon our willpower. What you should be like. Whether you should be a good man, a prosperous man, a man, very, very progressive, a man, a flourishing man, one who makes a lot of money, a successful man. It all depends on how, it depends on your willpower. It is within yourself. Why? The power and the corrigible authority, the power to correct of this lies where? In our wills. If the balance of our lives had not one scale of reason to poise another of sensuality, to counterbalance the sensuality, the feelings, the emotions, well, there is something called a reason that is in our head, and there is something called emotions, feelings, that is in our heart. So there should be balance. The blood and the baseness of our natures would conduct us to most foolish conclusions, preposterous conclusions. But we have reason to cool our raging motions. We should be able to control our feelings, our carnal stings, our lustful sexual thoughts, our unbittered lust, the lustful emotions, whereof I take this that you call love to be a sect or a Sion. Well, it is a product of that. It is a product of the lust. So don't talk about virtue. Then Rodrigo says, it cannot be. No, it is merely a lust of the blood. Just an emotion and a permission of the will. Come. Look, he's goading him up. He's screwing him up. He's trying to give courage to Rodrigo. Don't commit suicide. No, there are ways. There are ways in which you can satisfy. You can set your own ambitions. You can fulfill your ambitions. It is merely a lust of the blood and a permission of the will. Come, be a man. Drown thyself? Now, drown cats and blind puppies, not men. Maybe animals can do that. I have professed me, thy friend. I have told you, and I confess me, knit to the deserving with the cables of perdurable toughness. You can achieve your aims. I could never better stead thee than now. He says, this is the best opportunity. This is the best stead place opportunity. This is the best time for you. Why? Put money. This is your best opportunity. This is going to be your best opportunity. You believe that, Desdemona is going to Cyprus and you're going to be here. You have lost everything. You're going to kill yourself. You're going to commit suicide. You're going to drown yourself. You're trying to hang yourself. No, don't do that. Put money in your purse. We need money. You can fulfill your ambitions. This is your best opportunity. Put money in thy purse. Follow thou the wars. Follow the wars. Go to the place where the war is taking place. Follow them. Follow Othello. Follow Desdemona. Follow the war. Follow thou the wars. Defeat thy favor with an usurped beard. Defeat your favor. You can put on a mask. Put on a disguise. Let them not identify you. You can put on a mask and have a disguise with a usurped beard. an artificial beard you can wear on your face. I say, put money in thy purse. Second time he's saying, put money, and he's going to remind him. He's going to go, he goes on remind him, put money in your purse, put money in your purse, put money in it, because he's exploiting the situation. Iago is exploiting the situation. He says, put money in thy purse, put money in thy purse, put money in thy purse. I say, put money in thy purse. It cannot be that Desdemona should long continue love to the Moor. It is impossible that Desdemona will go on loving the Moor forever and ever. It is impossible, because she is white, she is a European, she is a Venetian, and he is black. Well, the racial difference is already there. Well, they have been married for only a little while. After some time, everything will stop. She will feel fed up with her, and she will look for a younger man. She will look for a more beautiful man. Then you stand a chance. You stand a chance of winning her favor. Well, look at what he says. It cannot be that Desdemona should long continue her love to the Moor. Put money in thy purse. Nor he his to her. She cannot go on loving him forever, nor he his to her, nor can he go on loving her forever. It is a violent commencement. Well, it was a violent start. And, whatever started, all on a sudden, something that starts very fast, very quickly, it will die very quickly. So their love flared up. It flared up all on a sudden, and it will die down quickly. It started quickly, it will die quickly. So, put money in thy purse, nor he his to her. It is a violent commencement, and thou shalt see an answerable sequestration. They are going to separate. You can see an alienation soon, but put money in thy purse. These Moors, these black Negroes, they are changeable in their wills. They are not steady. They are not steadfast. They have, they are like mercury. They go on changing their shape and their mind, changeable in their wills. So do one thing, what? Fill thy purse with money. Fill your purse with money. The food that to him now is as luscious as locusts. Locusts, these locusts are, considered to be full of lust. They are as lustful, luscious as locusts shall be to him, shortly as bitter. Now it is very sweet. Now he finds Desdemona very sweet, but after some time, he will find her very, very bitter, like coloquintida, something very bitter. She must change for youth. She will look for a youthful, a better man, a more handsome, a more beautiful, a more gentle, a more decent, a more pleasurable man. She will look for. She must change for youth. When she is sated with his body, when she has had enough of his body, when she feels fed up with his body, well, she will find the error of her choice. She will find her mistake. She will understand what she has done is a mistake. So she must have changed. She must. Therefore, what should you do? You must put money. Put money in thy purse. If thou wilt needs damn thyself, do it a more delicate way than drowning. Now, if you are interested in killing yourself, if you are interested in committing suicide, don't commit suicide by drowning. You find some other way. So make all the money that you can. Put money in your purse. Amass as much money as possible. If sanctimony and a frail vow between an erring barbarian and a super subtle Venetian. Well, if the frail, if the weak, bond of affection between a black Negro and a white, a super subtle Venetian, well, It is not too hard for my wits and all the tribe of hell, because the devil, the Satan, is to our help. Well, my mind, my intelligence, and the devil, the Satan himself, he will help me. Then certainly thou shalt enjoy her. You will be able to enjoy her. So therefore, make money. Put money in your purse. A pox of drowning, hell with your drowning. It is a clean out way. Seek thou rather to be hanged, encompassing thy joy, than to be drowned. Think of, think of enjoying. Think of having nice times with your wife, with your love, Desdemona, than drowning. You think of going with her. You think of a life with her. Don't think of drowning yourself. Don't think of committing suicide. Then Rodrigo says, wilt thou be fast to my hopes? So will you help me if I depend on the issue? Can I believe you? Can I trust you? Then Iago says, well, thou art sure of me. Sure. I will help you. You do as I say. Certainly you will be able to win her hands in marriage. Because he says, she is white and Moor is black. They will they'll be fed up with each other, before long. And she will look for a better, a more pleasurable, a more beautiful, a more handsome, a younger, white man. Because she will feel fed up with this black, dark body. She will look for a change. She will understand her mistakes and she will look for a change. And then you will stand a chance of her choice. Certainly you will be able to marry her. This is what Iago advises Rodrigo. Shall we call it a day?